So what happened to the original colony?
Abandoned. Along with the rest of Callisto.
Until they built a prison here.
UJC's gotta make money somehow, right?
Surprised there's still power.
Those old fusion generators were built to last.
What's up everyone, welcome back to more Callisto Protocol. This is my no damage video walkthrough. This is chapter 6 entitled Below. And if you enjoy the content, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. And let's get started. In this chapter, we have to grab 5 audio recordings.
Sounds like the hangar's still coming down.
Yep. Elevator's just up ahead. On the map, there was a service log a few levels down. Might be a faster way to reach the colony.
I hope this plan of yours doesn't get us both killed.
It's getting worse. We should hurry.
This is the place, right?
Yeah, but I don't see the elevator.
Shit. It's busted.
I was hoping we'd get lucky. This whole place.
There's gotta be another way down.
Let's find it. Come on.
Now this chapter is not really long. The only thing that really makes it long is the new enemy types. The enemy types are called the blind. And obviously from their name, you know they're blind. They can only sense you by hearing you. So you primarily have to sneak up behind them in order to kill them. You can kill them with the hand cannon as well, but they take a lot of damage.
Look out!
I'm okay. Thanks.
I can see another way. I'll meet up with you.
It's worse than I thought in here.
That's the primary reason this chapter is long, is because these enemies like to crowd up in groups and run in packs. So you have to crouch in order to get around them and kill them, but they're really not that difficult to defeat. You just have to know and choose to pick
This
your
thing gonna
spots.
hold?
Try not to think about it.
Shit.
You okay?
Yeah.
I told you to be careful.
Yeah, right.
Found a ladder. I'm heading down.
During this chapter, if you follow everything I'm doing, you will unlock the commonality trophy, which is unlocked by finding a sacred secret room in the game, and that will be in this chapter.
Come on. It's not that far.
As soon as you get the prompt to fight the monster, well, fight the blind enemy, throw him into the spikes. Don't shoot him because those other blind enemies right there that are tied to those cocoons will wake up and you will have to face all 3 of them. You don't want to do that. We're going to be coming up on our first audio recording. It's right here on this table. And don't worry about this blind enemy. He is programmed to go through that crevice in the wall, so you can't get to him. But you're going to deal with about 3 or 4 blind enemies in this section. Don't use your weapon because you're going to see soon we turn left, all these blind enemies are wrapped in these cocoons. And if you run or if you shoot, 3 out of the 4 of those will spawn as well. They will wake up and you have to deal with those on top of the ones that's in this room here.
More of them.
Now, since we have successfully killed those 3, there will be another one in an area that we have to go through. So when we turn left down there, there is another blind enemy there. There's 2 specifically, but one that will always wake up. So what I like to do is I like to climb up to the top here and shoot one of those bloodworm nests that's at the bottom, just to wake the blind enemy up and let him come towards me. And then I would use the GRP to deliver him on these spikes right here. But as you can see, once we get into it, it don't go my way because I'm trying to figure out where the fuck will he spawn, because there's a vent up here right behind me that he can spawn to also. So the best approach is to shoot this, automatically run downstairs, but don't run. Go downstairs and wait for him to get towards the steps, and then you use a GRP and throw him to the spikes. Don't wait for him like I did. I was very fortunate that he was in the middle of transforming as we were close to each other, so that allowed me time enough to use the GRP to throw him into the spikes. But soon as you pop that pod, go down here, use the GRP and throw him into the spikes. Do not wait like I did, because you can take damage if you do that. I think it'll just be more difficult if you do it that way. And right there on the table is the schematic for the tactical pistol. You can grab it if you want to. I will come back and grab it just to put it in the reforge so I can already upload the schematic. But I don't use it for the remainder of the gameplay. I just use what they gave me, which was the riot gun and the hand cannon. But it's entirely up to you. Now this section here is structured in a way for you to take damage, but what we're going to do is we're going to shoot this bloodworm enemy that's straight up ahead. Once we do that, this blind enemy that spawns right here will come towards us. We're going to dismember him, and then there will be another blind enemy that will spawn up there on the steps by the reforge. We'll do the same to him. we're almost there to completing the upgrade for the GRP. Fully upgraded will allow for our velocity, so the velocity of us throwing the enemies and the force that does damage. Sometimes it will kill them, sometimes it will damage them to like a quarter of their health to where they grow tentacles. And once we get the battery fully upgraded, it will recharge super fast, so you don't have to go in the menu and automatically do it.
The UJC is here for you.
Now, once we go over here, there will be a blind enemy stuck to the wall on the right side to where we gotta go. So I always shoot over here because no matter what you do, if you crouch down here, he will wake up regardless. So just shoot the wall so he can be programmed to come after you. He's going to go into the wall. That gives you your opening to go into the tunnel. So what you normally want to do for this section here is you want to shoot that bloodworm pot on the right as soon as you come in this room, and that will spawn all 4 of the blind enemies. I did it a little bit late here, but still got it. So they will all spawn toward the direction of where you shot, and then they give you the opportunity to grab the propane tank or explosive tank, if you want to call it that, whatever, same thing. You want to grab that. They all loop together, they are bunched together, and then you throw the explosive tank at all 4 of them and you kill them that way. That saves your time and you don't have to do no sneaking attack. But in a recording run, it don't work that way for me, so we're going to get the sneaking strategy, and the tank is going to kill one of them. Ridiculous. I was really trying to be patient and trying to get the explosive tank death for all 4 of them, but as you can see, it literally only killed one, which was fucking annoying. And we're going to be grabbing our second audio recording. This doctor has 3 audio recordings which will all be found in this chapter. Okay, this is another tricky part right here. So we're gonna have to deal with another bloodworm enemy. He's gonna be on our left. So don't go automatically for the health injector on the right. Watch this, watch this. He was meant to grab me, but he couldn't grab me because I was posted behind the rock. I knew which way he was going to spawn. That's the first time I ever seen that. So I thought it was crazy. Now the crazy thing about this part was, this part was very tricky. Like when I was doing my trial runs, I only have to deal with one or none of those enemies. But for some odd reason during the recording run, I had to deal with both of them. They never really spawned and chased me up here. I don't know what it was, but they just decided to keep chasing me. They'd spawn here or they'd spawn in there. So I just decided to get them in one singular path so they can come one direction and just get rid of both of them. So you might have to do anything. This section, you have to deal with 9 to maybe 12 blind enemies. But you should be able to get them quite easily. This is where the majority of your time will be spent, is in this area and the next area, just because you have to sneak around all the blind enemies. But most of these enemies will be pretty easy to take care of. Now we're gonna walk so we can spawn this guy quickly and get rid of him. Gonna spawn no matter what, so just stand up and walk. That'll make him move a little faster. Now we're gonna spawn these 2 extra blind enemies that look like they stuck together. Cool strat about killing those enemies, as you can see them popping up now. They're going to loop around to where we are now after we kill this guy, and there will be an explosive tank you can use to get rid of both of them quickly. Do that strategy because it's quicker. And if you want to know where the explosive tank is, it is right here where we killed the third blind enemy that spawned out of the vent. So structure the explosive tank in a way to where you can grab it immediately and throw it at the two blind enemies stuck together. It makes for a much sleeker and cooler kill. And I lost sight of those two blind enemies stuck together, and you will see the results of me losing sight of both of those enemies, because right about now they are in a position to where I can use the explosive tank to kill both of them, but I lost sight of them. This is the result of me losing sight of them. Now they both are not in position for me to use the explosive tank, and they are about to break off from each other, so it takes me more time to kill them using the sneak attacks.
Make a selection.
Looks like this will get me to the colony. Just hope Danny's there.
Alright, we are coming up on our third audio recording. This will be the last for the doctor, and we have 2 more to collect after this.
Nice.
this could be an area where you can use that explosive tank back there, but I caution you not to do that. Just take this approach patiently and get rid of these enemies using sneak attacks, because you're going to use that explosive tank when you got to come back through this area after cutting the generators back on. See, that's one of the shitty parts about them being clumped all together. Like, they know where you be at. They just don't want to move out of the way. And you have to deal with something like that. So just be wary of that type of stuff, man. The game loves to do that when you're facing these enemies. You're gonna have to deal with 4 more blind enemies here, so don't run through this area after you kill this one thinking it's all peachy. So what you essentially want to do is use your GRP, grab them and bring them to these spikes, and use your baton to knock them into the spikes. Before entering this room all the way, look left because there will be another bloodworm enemy right behind this door. As you can see, shoot it before doing anything else or you will take damage.
appreciates your productivity.
On the generator. I hope it still works.
Guys, you want to be very careful during this section. I used to shoot to aggro all these enemies that's down here. It's about 5 blind enemies here. But don't do that. Just drop it down and continue to crouch all the way till you can shimmy through the wall. Because they don't wake up. I don't know if they patched it, but I'm pretty sure I remember during my stream when I first played it that these enemies did wake up every time I jumped down here. So that's what made me start to shoot down here to get those enemies aggro. I don't know what happened. They might have patched it, but just crouch through here and shimmy through the wall, and you're gonna have to deal with a big mouth enemy on the other side of this wall. As soon as we get our checkpoint after killing the big mouth enemy, we are going to restart our checkpoint. What you want to do is sit here and wait for the big mouth enemy to come our way. Aim for his legs first and then take care of his arms, because no matter what, I think he's still able to spit no matter what, but this piece of metal here will block his projectiles as long as you stay behind it. And as soon as you get to checkpoint, don't forget to restart, because if you don't, you're gonna have to deal with 3 big mouth enemies that's crawling, and then there's gonna be an enemy that spawns behind you. You don't want to deal with that. Restarting resets their position and don't even spawn them, as you can see. I was so shocked after I restarted. I was so discombobulated. Like, why are these enemies not spawning? And it hit me like, okay, I reset their position, and as long as you crouch, you don't spawn the enemies. So that worked in my favor. So definitely restart that checkpoint. You don't have to deal with those 4 enemies, which is a huge plus. Now you get a checkpoint once you enter this room, but we're not going to enter this room. We're going to go straight for the secret room and get the achievement / trophy. We're going to do everything we need to do, collect everything we need to collect down here in the secret room, and then come back up and then get that checkpoint. So you don't get the checkpoint before coming down to the secret room, having to do everything all over if you take damage. In this crevice, in these tunnels, you have to deal with 3 blind enemies, and it's in very tight quarters. So you're gonna have to use your GRP a little bit and aim for the ledge as soon as the enemy spawn. They try to make getting this commonality trophy very, very difficult with those spawns. But as you can see down here, there would be a bloodworm enemy straight down here. Shoot it, because as soon as you get down to that bottom step, it will grab you. And you do that, you will unlock the commonality trophy here. And you can grab one of 2 final audio recordings for the chapter.
Nice. The UJC is here for you.
Need to flip those breakers to turn on the generator. One down.
When coming down here, we only going to kill the blind enemies that are in our way, because I don't believe you need to kill all of the blind enemies in this section in order to get by. Just kill the one that's in your way, that's preventing you from pushing the levers down to restart the generators. Do not kill all of them, because to me it is a huge waste of time to kill all of them.
Okay, one to go.
Once these guys give me the window to leave this area, I'm going to take it. As you can see, there's more than enough blind enemies down here. You can kill them for if you need like ammo or extra credits or anything like that. But if you're stocked up at this point like I am, it's useless for me to kill them. So I'm just going to go straight to the next lever, pull it, and get out of this area. And once you get up here from this point, you can just run to the lever. Pull the lever because the blind enemies will not follow you up here.
Power's on. I should get back to that platform. Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. I'm heading to the colony now. I'll contact you once I'm there. Gotta stay quiet for now.
Be careful.
From this point, you can literally sneak past all of the blind enemies in this entire section. And this is why I told you guys to leave that explosive tank that I told you to leave earlier on when we got to this section at the beginning. Because we're going to need that tank to get rid of the last blind enemy that is blocking our way. That is the only one you have to get rid of. And you're going to use the tank to get rid of him. And once we do that, we can run through this whole entire section and make our way back to the tram car. And something funny happened here when I was playing this and recording it. It's like my character model. He don't shimmy through this opening. He just walks right through it. Pay attention to his walk.
Too close.
I'm so glad I got that on recording. I'm so glad about that. We're coming up on the end of this chapter, so what I like to do is once I start this tram car, I like to back up on my left side back here so that the enemies can spawn directly in front of me. I'm going to deal with about 3 or 4 blind enemies. And they're going to immediately start to upgrade to tentacles and be stronger as soon as they spawn. They take 2 shots to kill once you shoot them in the chest, but some of them will not register that. So just use your GRP and throw them off the tram car. Don't waste any time. Back up to your original position. Had the camera structured in a way to where you can see both openings, but they usually spawn directly opposite of me right here. That's why I like to stay in this area. Okay, we killed those enemies. Now what we're going to do is have our back facing this way and watch directly at the back of the tram car, because this is where they spawn the third time. And we're gonna have to deal with one more wave, so we're gonna go back to the same position we were, and they're gonna spawn our original position, which is they're gonna spawn on the opposite side of us this time. They can mix it up, so try to follow the same way as me, so they can line up the same way for you. So we get our checkpoint after defeating all waves of the blind enemies. Now we're going to deal with the boss of this chapter. This enemy is called Two-Head. I thought they had missed potential here, because once we get further into the gameplay, once we get into more chapters, this had the Gears of War 5 effect on me, because this enemy spawns way more than it should have. I felt like this was an opportunity for them to make more monsters, but here goes the Two-Head. When facing a Two-Head enemy, just keep your distance. The reason I didn't open none of these crates was for this fight specifically. This is why I tend to use these crates, because they offer me ammo and stuff. Once you drop the Two-Head to his knees, you're going to use your baton, and that is the quickest method of getting rid of him, because once you use the baton, he instantly rips one half of himself off.
Arriving. Arcus Station.
We're going to be coming up on our last audio recording and the end of the chapter. So I would like to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out.